Education is a basic human right and an essential building for every person to reach their full potential and for societies and economies to grow and flourish. January 24 was proclaimed as International Day of Education by the United Nations General Assembly in celebration of the essential role of education in promoting peace, sustainable development, and global unity. The day encourages some reflections on the power of education to equip individuals and communities to navigate, understand, and influence technological advancement. The theme for this year's International Day of Education is preserving human agency in the world of automation. Artificial intelligence, AI, technologies are revolutionizing teaching and learning practices, while education, in turn, serves as a guide to ensure AI is ethical, inclusive, and aligned with human values. This and more will form the basis of our conversation on the program Nigeria Today. Thanks for joining us. I am Victoria Clinton. With me in the studio for the conversation is Elidad Onyanwa, is a country director, Nation First Foundation. Good to have you on Nigeria Today.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone.
Now, Elidad, the AI is the in thing now. When you talk of technology, AI everywhere. Now, what does the integration of AI, the artificial intelligence, in education look like today?
As we can see already, it's giving aid to a learning process already. Making it easy, having the AI as part of our learning tools, as we all know. We know AI is very important to our society as it is to the whole world. But today we're going to be tailoring the importance of AI and also maybe some disadvantages of it also to our Nigeria economy and population also.
Now, how would you talk in the looking at the Nigerian education sector? What would you say about the integration of AI into our education sector? How far do you think we've come?
Yeah, the Nigeria system, as we all know, the educational system is trying the best, saying how they can bring AI fully into the educational system by, but we also know that there are some challenges to making it a full-time package, at the moment. One of the challenges, like we all know already, is the cost implication of, setting it the whole is cost effective, as we all know. And I think that is one of the areas that it will be difficult for our educational system in Nigeria. That's my thinking, but I know government already have a provision for all of this. But to us who are already the NGOs doing that educational work, seeing how we can bring educational intervention to the system and our society, I see this as a barrier, so to say, because we know it's cost, effective.
Now, in your own opinion, why do you think AI is considered a game changer in education?
Yeah, already it's a game changer because it reduces cost in every activity already. Now, AI is a game changer to the rest part of the world, not yet in Nigeria. As I'm sorry to say this, because we know the hindrances already to our educational system, like the internet. AI is what AI works with data. It works with data, so it has limitations to that already. So where in our educational system, as me, I can, to my own understanding and observation into the system, AI is really going to be nice to our children, the children coming up now. If it's fully introduced to them, it's going to really aid our learning processes, right? Because it enhances human dignity and creativity and all of this. So I believe if we can fully integrate AI into our educational, it will work well.
As much as you say they fully integrate into our system, we still have some challenges, especially in implementing it in some of the developing countries like Nigeria. Now, what are some of these challenges that you think would encounter in trying to implement it in our country?
One of the challenges, Like we always know, it's funding, right? Because implementation requires funds. Okay, AI deals with softwares and hardwares, and this costs a lot to acquire them.
What about rural areas?
In the rural areas, first of all, we need electricities in those areas first. We need a lot to be implemented. It's a whole process. All right, you can't just say, okay, this AI, let's just take it to the rural area to start working, but you first of all need to put some things in place, like the power, like security and all of this, because it's very expensive to have. Yeah.
I know before we started the program, we were talking about the private schools and the government schools.
Yeah.
You talked about AI being adopted in some of the private schools. Now,
Yeah.
in our public schools, what do you think will be the barrier in our public schools?
Okay, like why I said that, like in some of our public schools already, they use internet. They have internet available. AI is internet reliance. We all know this. So, in our public schools, how many of our public schools can you go to today and you can access any of? You know what I mean? So that is why I referred it. Those kids attending the private schools, they have access to this because they pay for them. All right? So we're waiting for the government, because there are children who really believe in the government, who wants to go to government schools, who wants to have the knowledge from the government. So we call on the government to please come and help our children to be AI educated, so to say, because a lot of them don't even know what AI is, those in the rural area. Those are kids there. So we need to take the message, we need to take the campaign down there, not just taking the campaign, we need to start implementing, because it's something they need for their educational process all through. Yeah.
But no, I understand you said, okay, taking it to the rural areas, the children there. What about the teachers themselves? Because for you to give something, you have to have it. What do you think we should do in that regard to ensure that, okay, people that are taking it to the children, know this thing?
Okay, like we did earlier today from our NGO, all right? So we visited some couple of schools, for also sensitization and all of this on this International Education Day program. When we got there, we met the principal of the school. She made a statement to me that caught me so much. She said, without these children, we don't have jobs, right? That means she will give her all to teach the children, because the children will be her pride tomorrow. When she said that, I saw the passion in her, because it only takes a passionate person to be a teacher. And a passionate person always wants to learn, relearn, and unlearn and keep learning. So what we need a lot in our educational system for our teachers is continuous training, they should take courses at all times. Train them at all. It is continuous. Capacity building is not something that should be done just now and stops. As the world is evolving, we keep training the people to meet up the immediate and the current trend. As it's going, if we cannot meet up, we'll be left behind. And it's not good. That's why we are calling on the government at all time. And not also only the government, even the United Nations, all these organizations, international organizations that can help Nigeria. Nigeria is a great potential, all right? And it's somewhere everyone should come and invest in. Educational system in Nigeria is what we call on everybody, even in private sectors in Nigeria, should come and invest in the educational system. They will be proud of themselves in the long run, I believe. Yeah.
No. When I don't even want to compare us with other, the top countries, talking about the Western world. Now, looking at the African countries, where will you say we are in terms of adopting the AI technology?
When you say the top countries, there are no top countries. It's because they have been able to put some things in place. That is why they are seen as the top countries. Do you realize that even in these top countries, the best professionals, 90% of them are Nigerians. So you see that if we can put our own in the right place, Nigeria, like I said, Nigeria is just a very green land that everyone should invest in, because the education, everyone, you see how people go out of Nigeria to acquire education. So imagine investing in education in Nigeria, not first the impact on our economy alone. All right, we know how much school fees we pay out there. So Nigeria it's not Africa at the moment. We need our leaders to pay attention to a lot of things happening around the world. It's not just, we should stop being local. That's what I should say, that we should stop being local, stop seeing our people as I don't know, I don't want to use a bad language, you know. We should not see ourselves as any one of us as lesser than anyone, okay? That is one thing the leaders should start looking at. They should look, instead of flying abroad for flying their kids abroad, I'm talking about the leaders now. Instead of African leaders flying abroad for medical care, for education with their kids and their grandkids, they should invest it here and they will enjoy it better here. Everyone around the world will come to Africa looking for, you know, professionals to work with.
Okay, having said that, investing, what areas do you think this investment will be very viable? In terms of AI, I know they have different types of, you know, the AI-related, you know, will I say equipment or technologies? We have the robotics and the rest of them. So, in what areas do you think that this investment will be very, very viable?
In the educational system, right? So investing in AI in Nigeria at the moment, in the educational sector at the moment, areas that it will be very, very, in every sector. In every sector, we need AI. It enhances activities. It reduces costs. So it's very needed in every sector. So I just believe there is no area that should be better than the other at this point in investing in AI. AI is taking over the world already, we all can see. And it's working. It's easy to prepare it's reducing human capacity at the moment, because you can just you can do a quick thing with your cell phone. It's AI already, artificial intelligence. Human intelligence cannot work as fast as the artificial. And one of the advantage I also see with the artificial, you know, is 100% available, 24 hours availability of it. Also, is one advantage it has. Human can be available for 24 hours unless we take shift, make you and all of that. But AI is always there to give you whatever response. You know.
Thank you very much. We're going to take a short break now. The conversation will continue after the break. Don't go away.
Implementation of the ruling is also dependent on another aspect or another arm of government.
Nowhere in the world will allow under digital economy for banks not to be dispensing domestic currency in that economy.
What will make this one different? We want to know what they do as occupation. All of these are attributes that our questions have been designed to investigate.
In 2 years to come, we see that they're all crannies and everywhere in Nigeria. Telling people to cooperate.
Welcome to Nigeria Day.
Welcome back. This is still Nigeria Today, and we are looking at the AI and the opportunities, challenges, and AI and education, of course, opportunities and the challenges. And of course, I have here with me a gentleman, Elidad. So, Elidad, today's celebration is talking. The theme is preserving human agency in the world of automation. You know, share with us your take on this theme.
You know, in the world of automation, preserving is, you know, efficiency and automation already. AI automates, like they said, you know, repetitive task and reduces human effort and increases productivity, like we all know. So, AI, like we all know, it will always increase productivity. Right? It always increase, but you must always reduce human effort in everything.
You know, we keep saying a lot about this AI. Yeah. What is the risk of overdependence on AI? Because as much as we say it has a lot of benefits, what are the risks inherent in overdependence?
Of course, you know, it will reduce human interaction and empathy services. That's one thing you should know. Human interaction, AI is going to actually drastically reduce it.
What about taking away jobs from people?
Yes, of course, it's one of it too. of course, people are going to lose their jobs. But also, because AI is supposed to be a tool for human to enhance human dignity, human is supposed to also always, because of creativity, because of creativity, humans should not be, totally ruled out. Well, because that's why the AI has some disadvantages too that we must also look at and ensure that we don't totally throw out the service of human being.
So how can we nip this? Okay, we know it will definitely have some disadvantages,
Yes.
but it also helps in helping to enhance the human
Yes.
capacity.
Yes.
So how do we address this issue? This will I say the challenges we foresee?
Ethical concerns should also be looked at as part of the disadvantages of this AI, because issues like biasness, privacy violation, even misuse, it could also be hacked. AI is vulnerable also, could be hacked by humans, could be misused also. So, and you also know it depends on the available data. So the capacity of AI also, it depends on what is available. It depends on the data available. AI cannot work beyond what you are giving to it to do.
Of course, because it's rubbish. Out. Whatever
the result is giving you. All right, so you can't rule the presence and the service of the human out of it totally, because it's the human that also uses the AI. Right? Just that what we see is that AI will only reduce the number of humans that will work in a workspace, because only one person. It's like a multitasking environment already for AI. AI can give you any answer, any question you throw to it, it can just produce you an answer. But for the human capacity, you must also be the one creating those questions.
Now, can you give us some example of some sectors that this AI, can be used, that it can really have an impact on?
Even in this sector.
When you say this sector, which particular one are you talking about?
AI can make this news.
So you say so AI can take my job from me? No, it cannot.
That's why creativity should be encouraged at this time, because we need to ask AI what to do for us. So we have to do a lot, because AI can take off anybody's job. I was in China recently, and I ordered for something. I placed an order from my room, and then the next thing I heard a knock. And I opened my door, I was looking. I didn't know AI was just there. one box was there. And I was like, where is this person? Who is here? Before I knew, I saw it. I looked down and I saw the box. I had to press, I was speaking Chinese. I had to press open and took my stuff. And the thing went, I was looking. Saying, wow. So nobody to talk to here. You understand? So it will drastically reduce that interaction and empathy in service. All right, and it will also increase productivity, because that is what it's bringing. So it has its advantage and its own disadvantage. So it's a no-boss.
But as much as I want to agree with you, yes, it will increase, productivity, save costs and all of that. But then that relationship between humans, it will also affect the relationship, don't you think?
It has affected it already. Because you don't need to see anybody. We don't know who is serving us now. And you for example, an automated building will just shut you out. You are not seeing anybody to talk to. Because it's programmed, it's AI, artificial intelligence. It just shut you out and nobody to talk to. So it's reducing that interaction, and it's not helping humanity, I think. I don't know.
And recently, I saw, it in a viral video where a car was driving itself. A taxi. People just order for a taxi, and the taxi just comes, pick you, and take you to where.
Address, and you are there. You can just slip off, just fixing your address or the whatever, and you're there. You just take, driver, no interaction.
No, as much as we want to believe that AI, of course, definitely it can, give us all these advantages as you've mentioned, but how can it also? What are some of these disadvantages that we also should be, be mindful of?
Yes, this is one of the disadvantages is lack of creativity. Yes, lack of creativity. AI lacks human creativity and struggles. Forget, you understand? With out of the box thinking, AI cannot think out of the box. So that's one of the disadvantages that also it depends on data. As we all know, AI performance is limited by quality and quantity of data that is available to it, right? And also the security risk also, like I talked about earlier, AI system can be vulnerable to hacking. You understand? And the manipulation and misuse to it is also high. These are disadvantages to it, but it has good advantages also, like we have mentioned here. Enhanced decisions and all of that, the advantage, 24 hours availability, and all of this, So it has advantages and disadvantages to it.
So how can Nigeria position itself as a leader? That is a giant of Africa. Definitely. How can Nigeria position itself as a leader in leveraging, AI for education and of course other sectors too?
How do you position yourself? By investing so much in it. That's the only way. Invest so much in capacity building. Invest in our teachers. Invest in our teachers so they can pass the knowledge to the younger ones correctly. That is very important. So we need a lot of investment in this sector.
Thank you very much, Elidad, for your contribution. And but before we go, what would be your closing thoughts on this issue?
Yeah, my closing thought is that as we are also calling on the government to come and invest a lot in the educational sector by enhancing our learning processes, we should also, like I always say, the government can't do this alone. We also call on the private sector, the organized private sector, to also join the government in investing in this through their social corporate responsibility to upskill and upgrade our educational system for the betterment of their organizations, because you will be employing from these ones tomorrow. So it's important to invest in it today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was Elidad Onyanwa, he's the country director, Nation First Foundation. Thank you so much for your time and your contribution.
Thank you.
And thank you for being part of the program. Don't forget, Nigeria Today airs every weekday at 7:30 p.m. on NTA News 24. You can also check out this episode and others on www.youtube.com/NTA24. Once again, thank you for being there. I'm Ikaria Clinton. Have a wonderful weekend.